Hey y'all, Kentucky Farmer here, and welcome back to the first episode in this Farming Simulator 19 Let's Play series. I'm going to go ahead and start a new save here in career mode. As you can see, I don't have any saves yet. And I think for this series, I'm going to stick with the middle option, Farm Manager. I don't really know, how these three modes map over to what we had in 15 as far as, easy, medium, or hard. But I think for doing a YouTube series to keep it so it's not quite so grindy, I'm just going to go with the middle option here, Farm Manager. And then, of course, for our map selection, we've got Ravenport, Fellsburn, and Estancia La Pacho, which is a mod available. And I think I'm going to go with Ravenport, just because it's the new US map. Although, I've heard, like Goldcrest Valley, it's not what most of us would consider a typical US map. It's more of a hilly, remote California sort of deal. Small, weird-shaped fields, very hilly, so not a Midwestern US map. But I'm sure it won't take long for some mod creators to come up with a Midwestern map for us. So let's go ahead and get started with Ravenport. And I've already got my profile set up, so we're just going to continue with that. And as you can see, I've got some mods already loaded. We've got some of the stuff that's available right now in Mod Hub, and then a few additional ones. My favorite little placeables are already available because I don't like dealing with the big bags. So yeah, that should be good. Although I have a feeling it'll be a while before I can really afford to start getting into this stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, we'll switch this over here to use our game controller. So it says you have enough money to start the farming business of your dreams. What will your specialty be? Arable farming, breedable livestock, forestry, or a bit of everything? The choice is yours. First, buy some land, buildings, and the necessary tools, then sell your products and expand your farm. Alright, so we start off kind of up here on this little hill. I'm guessing this is our little Unabomber shack in the woods. That's nice. And then we've got this area down this trail here with a couple fields in this little area. So this is where everyone starts. I didn't notice that cabin up there before. But yeah. So let's take a look at the map. So we're down here in the bottom right hand corner, field 24, 25, 26, and 19. So let's go into X. And so for anyone who hasn't seen this yet, I'm sure most people have seen this by now, but for anyone who hasn't, this is different from all the previous versions. I really like this feature. When we go to buy our farm, we're not buying fields, we're buying tracts of land that contains fields. So we don't have to buy 24, 25, 26. We buy this one tract of land that contains those three fields. And then here's this tract of land that contains 19. And if you notice, there's also it includes a little bit of that roadside area. So does this one here, where we can put farm buildings. And then this tract of land here is really just kind of those hills where the little shack is. And then this tract of land here is just some hills with again, some shack. And so it's all divided up into these parcels. So I think this is great. I really like the way that is handled now. I've got mixed feelings about the whole place the buildings and build your own farm. I never was happy with the predefined layouts, like, you know, one machinery barn over here, one machinery barn over here, one machinery barn over here. Like all the previous maps, they kind of spread them out, and I like being able to put those where I feel like I need them, and not just have these random barns sitting around fields throughout the map. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that part of it. I've heard that the like I said, I haven't gotten to try this yet, but I've heard that the leveling of it, so it has to level out an area to place down the building, is a bit finicky, and the map is so hilly that there are not really a whole lot of flat places to put these buildings unless you start to eat into some of the land where the fields are. So I do have a leveling mod that I've already found and added in here. I intend on using that. It has the added benefit of, as you level, it also like paves the area. So we'll see how that works out when we get to that point, but that may be a little while. So for now, we're just gonna get started same way everyone else seems to be starting. I'll buy this tract of land here. Yes. All right, and then let's check our finances. So we've got the $250,000 loan. Normally I just repay that right off the bat. I don't like having loans. I think I may hang on to it just because if I repay that, I basically have enough money to buy a good tractor, and not really enough to get started on anything. So we start with no vehicles, we start with no grain and inventory because we don't even have a silo to hold it, I guess. And we do have one thing I noticed when I was looking at this earlier is I don't like that the name is not listed. I feel like when you mouse over this, it should give you a tooltip or something that says what each one is, because they're all new icons. But I'm pretty sure we've got wheat, barley, oats, cotton, canola, sunflower, soybean, wool, wood chips, eggs, silage. Let's see, $88 for that. Oh wait, I skipped over some. Alright, so soybeans, corn, potatoes, sugar beets. These are the icons that still get me. I don't know if this is straw or grass. Sugarcane, milk. We said wool, wood chips, eggs, silage. This is probably dry grass, windrow, so hay. Which I would then say that this is straw. And then we've got manure and liquid manure, which makes me think that there is no selling point for grass. So if you mow and bale wet grass instead of hay, there may not be a place to sell that. You'd have to make it into silage. And then let's see here. One way that we can kind of confirm that. So this has, again, like it shows the icons. I guess if it's in the same order as this list here, wheat, barley, canola, sunflower, soybeans, corn, oat, oilseed radish, which we didn't see that one earlier because you can't sell it. Potato, sugar beets, poplars. Oh no, this is poplar. Okay, so this one's poplar. This is sugarcane, that's cotton. Okay. And then let's look at grass and hay. Collecting grass? Nope. Grass usage? Nope. Straw? Nope. I don't see any of these that have the icon. Oh, here we go. Grains and root crops. Sugarcane, cotton. Grass and hay. Okay, so this is... Okay, so that's grass. That's hay. that's straw and that's chaff. Okay, so straw is the little V's. Grass is the straight lines. Hay is the curvy lines. Interesting. So let's go back over here. We can sell straw and V's, which is oh, V is straw. Straight line is grass. Straw, grass. Okay. So we can't sell hay. That's odd. I would expect to be able to sell hay. More so than being able to sell grass. Alright, so let's take a look around here. And starting off, we've got some stuff planted on the fields. Over here we've got sunflower. And we've got canola ready to harvest, and we've got cotton ready to harvest. So the cotton is going to be tricky because the amount of money it would cost to rent the harvester, we would probably spend more money than we'd get for actually harvesting this cotton. Just guessing. I haven't actually done the math on that. What I may do is let this sit until I can do a mission, because if I can rent the harvester and do a cotton harvesting mission for someone and then bring it over here and harvest this afterwards while I still have the rental before I return it, that might make it a little bit more profitable to rent to harvest this field. Otherwise I may just end up plowing that in. Also, I think one of the first things, like everyone does, is combine these two fields. Just plow them together and make one bigger field. Of course, if you do that, you normally will start doing it lengthwise, which means some of these trees are going to be kind of in the way. So it'd be good to clear out the trees between the field and the road if I own this land. Let's check the map. My land extends to the road, so I should be able to clear these trees. Okay. That'll give the tractor a little room to turn around at the end of the field. And I've noticed some of the other videos I watch, they have a good tendency to get stuck on these hills because you get pretty steep hills right at the edge of the field. Alright, so we're going to come back over here. And so we've got a flag. Got what looks to be like a water reservoir well thing. I wonder if it actually works as a fill point for water. We'll find out eventually. And we've got this little junkyard area here. Not too sure why. Alright, so I'm going to hop into the store here. And I want to look at placeables, animal pens. And the very first thing I'm going to do is get a little canine buddy. So let's see, can I place it inside here? Probably not. That's kind of annoying. They put this big area like right in the middle of where you'd be building your farm and can't put anything in it. And I'm guessing you can't get rid of this. Right here. All right. So we can feed them. Pet the dog. And then if we say come, he follows me around wherever I go. And then I can tell it to go home, and it'll go back over to its pen. Huh, there's jet sounds. Interesting. I knew there was bird sound effects. I didn't know they had jet sound effects in here. Unfortunately, I don't think he plays catch. So let's pick that up. Where'd he go? Throw it. Nope. It's not entertained. Maybe, let's try this. Tell him to follow me. Okay. And then I get the ball. Stop moving. Stop. And X. Oh, sweet. It works. Sort of. Like he okay, will he bring it back and drop it? Where'd the ball go? Oh, it's back over there. Okay. Well, I mean, that's sort of working. Go boy. Nice. So let's see, does this show up as... No, it doesn't show up in our animals section yet. That's good. I'd be afraid that, like, I had to actually feed it or it would starve. Apparently it can walk through walls. That's good. Alright, so we got that. Let's move on to the next thing here. So, I want to look at tractors. I want to look at them by brand, because I'm going to look at just the John Deere's. Surprise, right? So if we look at the 6R, this can have a front loader attacher, and then it's got a couple options for engine. Oh, sorry, just a option, which gives us 20 more horsepower, and we can do wide tires, twin wheels, rear twins, wheel weights, wide tires, and weights. So this is a lot of money for starting off, and this is one of those areas where I've seen other farm sim games that handle this, but not this one, and there is no mod that does it yet, but I really wish there was. They really need a used equipment dealer, because no one starting off with 3 little fields goes out and buys a brand new tractor. Like, you go to an auction and you buy a used tractor from the 70s, right? Like, you know, to start off, and, you know, we essentially had $1 million, 1.25, but, you know, this is like the balance of our bank loan, right? Is this one tractor. So to eat up that much starting capital on one tractor, granted, this one tractor should be able to do just about everything that I want it to, and at 300 horsepower we can run, you know, most mid-tier implements. We don't have to use the smallest, but we're not going to be using the biggest either. So this is more than we need for now, but will be what we would need for the foreseeable future. So I'm kind of inclined to get this one, and we will hopefully this one will last us a while. But again, I would love it if there was a used equipment dealer that is where you would sell equipment back to instead of the normal dealership, and then, you know, there'd be an option to buy cheaper equipment that needs maintenance more often, or, you know, has issues or something that could be implemented into the game somehow, I think that would be a more realistic and better feature for the game. Alright, so we got that, and now I want this by you. And then we want to look at let's see here. Front loader. Probably need forks, I'm thinking. That might be all I get for now. So essentially having this tractor with a front loader and forks will also let us do... Oh, I didn't look at that. Is there a John Deere green? Oh, there was. Oh no. Well, I can change the color at the shop once I get the shop, so we'll do that then. It's nice that they actually have instead of the color picker that we had before, like they actually brand match colors, so you can do John Deere yellow, JCB yellow, Challenger yellow, right? Like this is fantastic because I always had such a hard time trying to color match the reds, like get a Case red or a Massey red. Everything just seemed off, but that's pretty cool that they've got the ability to color match this stuff now. Alright, so let's tab over to the shop. So there's the tractor. This thing looks amazing. This is like, you know, a lot of people are like, what does it matter if they put John Deere in the game? Because we've got all these mods, and yeah, whoops. There are not very many John Deere mods out there that come with this level of detail and quality. Just the shading, the amount of objects, the detail that goes into every piece of it is just amazing. I mean, hopefully that's coming across on the video. On my screen, it looks fantastic, so let's step out and take a look at it here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, sounds good too. Let's zoom out so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so there is our first tractor. I'm trying to see, okay, here's the shop. So if I drop the forks off at the shop, I should be able to customize the color for a little bit of money. Hopefully it's not terribly expensive because they are just pallet forks. I'll get the hang of these controls eventually. Condition, green, value, 718, 0 days age, customize, color, John Deere green. 200 bucks, sure. Whoops. There we go. Alright. Tractor's ready to go. Let's check our missions. So we've got this transport mission here for $551. Transport items from coffee house to transport company. Let's go ahead and accept that contract. And so we're going from the coffee house to the transport company. Coffee house. What do we have here? Alright, so this is probably the coffee house, if I had to guess. That yellow dot. So we're going to go out, hang a left, and then a left at the T. Probably didn't want to turn here, but that's okay. It's going to take me a minute to get used to this map. There's the, okay, there's what we need. Right over here. See if we can at least make enough money to pay for our pallet forks with this mission. Whoop. Gotten a little rusty, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so now we need to drop this off at the transport company. Uh-oh. I don't know if I can make this turn. Nope. Gonna need to swing this a little wider. Ow. Alright, there we go. So on the mini-map down there, I see a little red dot. And it's kind of to my northeast. So I'm just going to kind of head that direction, and I'm just going to run under the assumption that that little red dot is eventually where I need to take this. Whoa. Well, that didn't take long. That car pulled out in front of me. Did we get his license plate? Great. Well, there went that. Come on, you can do it. Oh, the train's running. Let's see if we can work our way over to the train. This is off to a great start. Ah, he's stuck on my pallet. Yeah, I know. I know, you got problems, don't you? Yes, 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 yes! Oh, nailed it. So realism. Alright, let's rescue this chump. I'm an expert. Alright. Where are we going? Transport company. Good thing those are tied to the pallet. Yeah, let's do this. Uh-oh. Boy, those train tracks are a little tougher to get over. See if I can do this before the train comes and hits me. There we go. Just wanted to get that a little further away from the tracks. Alright. He's done it. Still no train. Transport company, yay. A good deed unlocked, awesome. I got an achievement. Okay, so that's there. Pretty sure we just go into here. And complete. Nice. Let's go check out our finances. $551 from contract income. Easiest $550 ever. Nothing like rolling a brand new tractor. Ouch, $918 for harvesting? That's not a lot of money. I don't think missions are going to be the cash cow that they were in the previous version. These do not seem that lucrative. Although 16,000 for fertilizing, field 4 must be massive. Yeah, it's a pretty solid sized field. In theory, I mean, I could rent the fertilizer sprayer. I've got a tractor that could pull it. I could do that one, but I'm not worried about those right now. So, looking at my money, I've still got 600,000. I'm really tempted to buy Field 19 as well, right off the bat. Trying to think of what I want to do. So I turned withering off, so the fields can essentially stay how they are until I have the ability to harvest them. I'm not sure if I should buy a small harvester and do these fields as they come up. If I buy this section here, then I can work on clearing these trees. Let me go over there and I'll kind of show what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna drive back over to my little farm area and I'll just pick the video back up when I get there. Well, we made it back here without much incident. So these are the 3 fields and area that I currently own, and then kind of across this parking lot here is field 19. And let's see what is on field 19 right now. Potatoes, oof. Maybe I won't buy it yet. I don't really want to buy a field with potatoes on it. I'd rather let the NPC cycle this through to a different crop that would be a little more useful for me at this stage of the game, and then buy this area. But eventually, like, I want to take out like these trees right here, and then take out some of these trees up here, and then plow this up higher and make this one giant grass field. And then I can use, it's a little steep, but should be okay for doing square bales. They shouldn't slide down here. Round bales might give you a problem, like they might roll down, but once I clear out these trees, you could extend the field pretty high up here and then have a nice big hay field that could work for livestock and also producing silage bales for a little extra income. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold off on buying this. I'll make sure I keep enough money so that when the NPC does cycle this to a different crop, I can go ahead and jump on it and buy it. Pretty much any crop that's not that's not one of the specialized ones. So no potatoes, no sugar beet, no poplar, no cotton, but any normal grain types I'd be okay with, and then I'll buy this field. Which is, yeah, the other big reason for buying it is this section of this parking area here is a little bit flatter. It's not incredibly flat, but it's better than what we've got over here. So, alright, so that leaves the next question then. What are we gonna, how are we gonna progress? So, turn the engine off, hop out. We're not gonna make a fortune doing just grain. We don't have the capital to start off with one of the specialized types, either, you know, potato, sugar beet, or cotton. So let's hop back into the store here. And I want to look at animal pens. So we could do chickens, and chickens want either wheat or barley as food. Cows, we're probably not going to get into cows right away. Horses would be the other thing. I'm really excited that they put horses in here. I think that's great. They want oats and hay. So once we get 19 can be our hay production field. And then these little fields over here, we can easily produce enough oats to keep up with the horses. And they need water. And then there's the pig enclosures, which again, I mean, in order to get into pigs, you want to be able to produce root crops. So, probably not going to do pigs right away either, unless, can we buy? Oh, I can buy oats, and I can buy pig food, and chicken feed. Interesting. Okay. We just can't buy food for the cows. Alright. That helps. So the other thing I'd be looking at is I should probably get a chainsaw. Alright, so now we got a chainsaw. Probably should get log fork. Well, and let's go ahead and John Deere green it while we're here. Okay. And then I need some sort of trailer that I can put logs in to take them and sell them. This way, as I go through and try and clear trees, I can at least get a little bit of money back for the work that goes into clearing the trees out. It's not that I'm gonna go on full-scale logging at this point in the game, but I would like to clear some from around the trees to make it easier to do some of the farming. Oh, and I'm probably going to need a stump grinder too, otherwise that will be a problem. Where do you think stump grinders are? Forestry equipment. Okay. I kind of want, like, this trailer, but without the, I mean, see, I don't want to get the timber runner because I don't want to get a semi, but I guess I could get the timber runner and get a dolly. But even at that, that seems like overkill for what I'm looking to do. Like, I just want to haul some and sell them. I don't need a big dedicated trailer. Let me look at the other trailers that we got in here. Nope. This is nice. So they actually have a Wilson trailer in here now. Not what I want. I mean, in a pinch, the farm tech would work, right? Like, I could cut them in small enough pieces and then just dump them in the top. I've done that in the past. There we go. This is what I was looking for. Flegel DPW 180 mod. Bale trailer used to transport bales. I'm trying to remember if this has straps on it or not, because if it has straps, I can probably drop a couple logs on it, strap them in place, and then drive it. And it's only 16,000. Probably just standard. So a bale collector eases the collection of bales. Interesting. Okay. I think I might go ahead and get this farm tech trailer. Yeah, I don't think I need to go up to the agri-liner yet. Like I was saying earlier, in a pinch I can cut the pieces down small enough that I can pick them up by hand and throw them in this trailer. Plus, I mean, eventually this transports just about everything. Well, a little bit of everything. So that'll be handy to have. We can change the wheel type, okay. I really don't know how much that matters. Just makes it more expensive. Alright. Yeah, this stuff's all way too specialized and expensive for this point of the game. But these are some nice additions here. It's kind of interesting. I'm wondering if it would be worth getting a big weight. Once we to pick up some of those trees with a front loader on the tractor can be. I mean, I did put the weighted rear wheels on it, so it might be fine. We can start off without it, and then I don't know. Oh, what the heck? Let's buy this 18, 11.5, 900. Let's get this 11.5 one. We will have it if we need it for anything. Okay, so that gets us into logging so that we can clear out the fields that we have. The next thing we're going to need to do is think about harvesting, I guess. Well, so far I'm not really sure which harvester I should go with. I don't want to spend a lot of money right now, and I also don't want to spend money on something like this that I may not have very long. So I'm really inclined to say I'm just not going to get a harvester, and I'll just lease one when I need it. I think I may be better served getting into some of the, since I've got this mid-level tractor with 300 horsepower, I may be better served into getting all the field working equipment that matches it, especially because I want to get into horses, which means I need to get into hay production pretty quick. And the sooner I get into hay production, the sooner I can start making silage bales and selling those for extra money too. So we've got the means to clear the trees. Not a great way, but a doable way. Next thing I'm going to need is a plow. This Lemkin will go with 240, which is great. Salford needs 360, but obviously that's a whole lot of plow. So the trick here is that this Lemkin is great. It makes good time. It's one of my favorite plows. But when it comes to actually doing field size changes, like making the borders, I really like having the little one also. So I may... kind of tempted to buy both of these, just to make it easier. If I am going to be changing field sizes a lot, I'm going to want this and this. I mean, both of these, so the reason why this one I don't like for changing field sizes, well actually any of these above the Lemkin, is because of how they trail behind. They're 3-point mounted, but then they've got a hinge in there so that they can flex behind the tractor. These, the Salford and this Agro Maz, are 3-point mounted, so you can completely lift them off the ground, and it makes it easier to kind of position the tractor to work on field perimeters when enlarging fields. So I think I may just go with this one for now. 2.5 meters. And then later on down the road, I'll get a bigger one. But it'll just take a little while the first time we gotta plow all of our fields to use this thing. I don't understand. So pay more money to get the slatted ones, but it doesn't... It's not like it makes it go faster or wider. Yeah, we'll just go with the normal one. Alright, so there's that. Now that I just bought that, I had a thought. I don't know in this game if a subsoiler can be used to enlarge fields. But a subsoiler probably would have been a better choice. Shoot. It's only 10,000 for this. 4 meters, 7 miles an hour. 3 meters. Multi-cultivator 5-in-1. I remember this from the Platinum Edition mid-season release. So this will... It's a fertilizer spreader. Subsoiler. .240 horsepower, 3.5 meters wide. So many choices. I think I'm gonna go with this also. Combo Plow Gold 4 meter, 9,500. Okay, so next up we need a cultivator. Well, I take that back. We may not need a cultivator if we go with a cultivating seeder. Seed directly, no previous cultivation or plowing necessary. 180 horsepower. Boy, the Pronto 9 for 104. That's all a bit much. 450, I mean, we could do the Great Plains at 280, 270, 420, 150 for the Lemkin, 270 because this is cultivating. $180. Oh, the horse seeds and fertilizes and cultivates. This just seeds and cultivates. Alright, I think I'm going to go with the horse. I mean, we're kind of at the upper limit of... We've got 300 horsepower on the tractor. This needs 270, so it's doable, but with the hills, we may not be setting any land speed records. But this seeder will last us a long time, right? Like, this will fill our needs for quite a while on this game until we get to the really big fields and the really big equipment. So, and, you know, to have the cultivate, seed, and fertilize all rolled into one package is gonna save us a lot of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy this one. Okay, so we can plow the ground. What is a power harrow? Okay, they act as cultivators. Alright. It's nice that the whole Coon DLC is basically rolled into this version for free now. There's a lot of these things that were included in that DLC that were nice additions to the game, but not really worth paying for them as a DLC, because you could get most of them for free as mods anyways on PC. The only other thing I can think of that we're really going to need before we get into the hay stuff to finish out our grain crops is going to be fertilization. Some sort of, you know, 3-point PTO driven fertilizer spreader. I don't really think we need to go up to these guys yet. That's a bit much. But I definitely want something that can do lime. Okay, well that's a problem. These don't do lime. Alright, this it is. Alright, well we need one of these. Extension, huh? I think we're going to leave this base for now, and I can do upgrades on it later at the shop if I want to put any of these additions on. Let's go look at sprayers before I do anything with the fertilizers. Alright, so $30,000 gets us a 21 meter working width sprayer versus this, which is 20,000 for a 24 meter working width fertilizer. Well, I think I'm going to do one of each. I'll get this for dry fertilizer. Whoop. Glad they confirmed that. I think, like, to me, that arrow would represent going back, but I get it's by. It's kind of just weird. Alright, and crop protection. We're going to get one of these. Eventually I could get that if I need more capacity, and this I'll use for herbicide. The problem here, with crop destruction turned on and weeds turned on, I'm really going to need... I'm going to need a shop so that I can put narrow tires on my tractor. Is that even an option? I did not even check that. That could be a problem. So the 7R series, is it 6R or 7R? Which one did I buy? Oh, 6R, okay. Great, so I can't put narrow tires on it. That's gonna be a problem. Put narrows on this, but this doesn't support a front 3-point, which means we couldn't put the front tank on it and use it for spraying. 7R, it's a whole lot of tractor to use as a sprayer. Yeah, okay. Eventually we could just move into doing dedicated spraying. That's not bad, 195,000 for a sprayer, but let's see here. The other thing we could do, it's obviously not under your weeders. If I could get the weeder and just be real careful to monitor the growth stages and run the weeder when it's time to do weeding, that would... crop destruction would still be a problem there, wouldn't it? Without narrow tires, running the weeder during the first growth stage is still gonna run over the crop. I really didn't want to get... I didn't want a second tractor, but I may need a smaller basic tractor for spraying and weeding that I can put narrow tires on if I'm going to leave crop destruction turned on. So I definitely want something with front 3-point. And I want something fast, so I kind of want to see what's the... Fent does 31. 31 out of the Voltra. Okay, if I customize this one, I can put narrow tires on it. But man, 77,000 plus the cost of the sprayer and the cost of the weeder. We could also just take a hit on our initial yields and not worry about the weeds at this point in the game. Or not worry about the hit from crop destruction. Yep, I think that might be the route I go. If I get the sprayer's got 21 meter boom width. So, you know, we're not going to leave too many tire tracks in the field while running the sprayer. Alright, so we'll do that. We'll just not worry about leaving tire tracks in the fields. And now I've got a whole lot of equipment to transport over here. Well, and I don't know if I want to lease a harvester and harvest this canola. So, alright. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling all that equipment over here and parking it, and then I'll pick the video up when we get to that point. Alright, so real quick, I'm back over here at the shop, and I just put the subsoiler on, and if you notice, it says lower cultivator. So this cannot be used to create fields or new field edges. So I still want to keep it because I like the subsoiler. I like using the subsoiler over the plows. But I do have to keep the plow as well because that's how I'm going to enlarge the fields when I get to that point. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and keep trucking all this stuff back over to the farm, and I'll see you when I get there. Hey, good news. The Flegel trailer does have tension belts on it. So this should work for transporting, you know, a few logs. Without the stays on the side, you can't really get too carried away, but yeah, for what we're doing now, this will be perfect. So one more thing I forgot to buy. I went ahead and bought some seed and fertilizer and lime and herbicide. I'm gonna fill up all the equipment before I take it back over there, and then hopefully, you know, whatever's in the equipment should last me for a little bit, and then you know, we can get those placeables that I showed at the beginning of the video. Well, there you have it. I've brought all the equipment back, parked it over here in the weeds, kind of out of the way. This should get us off to a pretty good start. Like I was saying earlier, I intend on leasing harvesters for now until we can afford one. I want to keep enough money in the bank that I can buy this field over here, field 19, and the surrounding area once the NPC changes this over to a more useful crop type. In the next couple episodes, I'm going to work on clearing some of the trees from around here and selling those to raise a little extra money. And I'm probably going to hold off on harvesting. I've got withering turned off, so there's no rush. I'm going to hold off on harvesting this canola field until this field's ready. That way I can lease one harvester with 2 heads, harvest both these fields, and get those turned over. And then I'm still not sure what to do about the cotton. I don't think there are any missions right now. Oh, there's quite a few more in here. I've got a transport mission I'll go do. Fertilizing, which I can go do now because I've got the equipment for that. Harvest mission. Fertilizing, harvest. Fertilizing, harvest, fertilizing, harvest. Okay. But no cotton harvest missions right now. Let's see, 14 has cotton on it. 4 has cotton on it, so those may come up here in a couple of game days. So when that happens, what I'll do is I'll lease the equipment to go do the mission, and then once I'm done with the mission, come harvest 24 before I return the lease. That way I get a little more bang for my buck, because I won't get a whole lot of money off of that field. Once we get the trees cleared, once these 2 fields are harvested, I'm going to combine them down. Once I combine 19, I'm going to clear these fields, and I'm going to make this field bigger, and then plant grass on it, use it as a big hay field. I may wind up buying this section or this section. I gotta kind of survey them, see how flat they are, and potentially add more buildings. And then I want to start getting into once I can grow and harvest my own wheat and oats, then start doing chickens and then work into horses after we get this hay field up and going. So that's kind of my strategy moving forward. But that's going to be it for this episode. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.